Hello everyone and welcome to another awesome Heyday video. My name is Jennifer and here on YouTube by GizmoSpike. So I'm over here in the valley on my main farm today to talk about the valley. The valley is the newest addition to Heyday, and when I found out about what was coming, I was really excited for it. Unfortunately, it is not living up to my expectations. So first I would like to let's talk about what I actually like about the valley. So it's pretty easy. I'll say that. The objective is you click on the billboard that's over on your farm near your roadside stand. It takes you into a separate area, kind of like when you click on the train station, it takes you into the town. And your objective is to drive from building to building, and you are going to basically complete the requests. So it's gonna, a building will ask you for something, and you're gonna sell it whatever it is asking for. And it asks for pretty easy products. It's mostly crops, mostly lower level crops. Sometimes it does ask for some production items, but it is very small amounts. They don't ask for anything ridiculous. It opens up a level 25, and basically it's super easy for a level 25 to fulfill the things that it asks you for in the valley. So I like that aspect of it. I like that everybody can play it. It does take fuel, and in order to get the fuel, there is a little wheel down here, and you would give that a spin. You get one free spin every single day, and then after you have used up your daily free spin, then you can do some other tasks, which will then fill up this meter here that you see on the screen, which will give you another free spin. It starts off at 20 and then goes to 50 and then 100, and then basically progressively gets harder and harder to fill as the time goes on. I also really love the community aspect of it. I love that I am not in here playing by myself. I am playing with everybody that is in my neighborhood, and I'm also actually playing with complete strangers. So as you can see on the picture right now, you can see that I'm the red marker, the green are my neighbors, and then those gold colored ones, those are strangers. So they could be people from other neighborhoods that are in there, or they could be solo players. But it's kind of nice because it is basically another way for us to play together, and I love that we have the ability to play together. So I could click on them, and I could give them a friend request and see their name if I wanted to. So I do love the fact that it's a community aspect. We are working together in two different ways. There's some group requests. Basically, when you go to a specific building, it will take more than one person to complete that request, and you will fill that. And then once you complete that request, you will get chickens. And then that brings me to the second part of the community aspect of it, whereas we're all working together to find 250 chickens this valley season. And if we get those 250 chickens, then we get to open up a special area of the shop. And I'll get to that in just a second, because that's actually one of the things that I don't like about the valley. So I'll touch on that in just a second, but I want to talk about what I like first. So the community aspect is great. I do, however, wish that we could chat with the people that are in the valley. We can chat with our neighbors in the valley, but we can't chat with any of the strangers. And then the last thing that I like about the valley is the fact that I do actually really like the daily quests. Now, as you can see, I've completed all my daily quests already for the day. They will reset again in 3 hours and 8 minutes. And when they do reset, I will get 4 other ones. I've always loved the idea of having something that I have to do on a daily basis in the game in order to get stuff. And so I actually love this part of the valley. Love the daily quest. So basically, you you get 4 every single day, and there's this like road here on the top, and as you can see, I've already like completed part of it. So like I did 2 quests and I got to open up that small mystery box, and then I completed 5 more and I got to open up another small mystery box, and then I completed 5 more and I got to open up the medium-sized mystery box. So basically, like, I'm doing this stuff and I'm getting really cool like rewards from inside these boxes. I never know what they are, but the mystery boxes usually contain pretty good stuff. Anything from, you know, as good as diamonds to land materials or barn and silo items, boosters, things like that. So I actually really, really love the daily quests section of the Valley. I kind of actually wish they would maybe give us some more daily quests that we could do. Not necessarily, I mean, they're giving us a pretty good amount of boxes to open. So, but yeah, so I love this part. That is basically what I like about the Valley. So let's touch a little bit on what I don't like about the Valley. So I kind of already said this, but, so one of the things that I really don't like about the Valley is, and apparently all the cats are going to make an appearance in this video today, you guys. So that's Gizmo behind my head, and that was Izzy earlier. So I'm just going to leave him there. I already shooed Izzy away. Anyways, so one of the things that I already kind of touched on, we talked about fuel. And that I kind of put in like the so-so category. In and of itself, having to have fuel to drive around the Valley, that's not a bad thing in my opinion. But I do think that there needs to be some tweaking to the fuel system. So, and by tweaking, I mean, I'm okay with the fuel spin, the free one that we get, fine. It's random between 6 and 9 amounts of fuel. However, I do wish that it was a little bit easier to get more fuel. I feel like that the metering system that it has, where we come down here with the fuel spins with the sun meter, I guess I'll call it. I think it should start out a little bit lower and ramp up a little bit slower. So it starts off at 20. I think it should start off at 10 and then maybe go to 20. Then, you know, I'd even be okay if it went like to 50 from there, but right now it goes 20, 50, 100, and then all the way up to 250. It's there's really big jumps in there that I think are too big, in my opinion. Now, Hayday has said, and has said a lot, that this addition to the game it's not standalone. Nothing that's part of the game is standalone, right? The only thing that is technically standalone would be the main part of our farm. The town and the fishing and now the Valley are all additions to our main part of our farm, which are not meant to be played exclusively. So that is why the fuel system is here. It's to prevent us from playing nonstop over here in the Valley and basically neglecting our main farm. I do totally get that. But I still think that the fuel is a little bit broken, and I think it needs to be fixed. And I know for a fact that I'm not the only one that feels this way. This is not just my opinion. I've spoken to a lot of you guys, and not everyone agrees with me, but there are a lot of you that do agree with me that it needs to be fixed. One of the other things that I kind of already said was I don't like that we can't chat over here. Sure, I can chat with my neighbors. I can click open my neighborhood tab and I can chat with them. So, if my truck breaks down, which I think is actually kind of a cute aspect of the Valley, I won't count that as a negative. I'm not going to count that as a positive either, but, I also don't necessarily think it's a negative. I think it's kind of like an interesting little addition to this Valley. But it would be nice, though, that if my truck broke down, I could open up a chat menu and I could type in that chat menu to everyone that was in the valley and say, hey, my truck broke down. Is somebody close enough? Can someone come and help me, please? And come and repair my truck for me. Yeah, I can go into my neighborhood and I can go click on my neighborhood tab and I can say, hey, anybody close to me? But what if no one in my neighborhood is close to me? What if it's a bunch of strangers that are near me and they don't realize I'm broken down? So it would be really nice to be able to communicate and actually talk with the other strangers inside the valley. We're already playing together, so it would be great if we could actually communicate with each other. So the other part of the valley that I really don't like, and this is actually what is making me really disappointed the most with the valley, is I could ignore basically everything else. I could ignore the chat thing is not really that big of a deal. Even the fuel system and with the way it ramps up and stuff, even that in and of itself, if it's meant to be played casually, I just won't worry about, getting more suns that day to get another fuel spin and just get what I get. The issue that I have, though, is that I'm not a fan of what they're giving us to purchase with the rewards that we're getting. So the tokens, we get tokens when we fulfill an order. We then can go up into the shop up here, and we can then use those tokens to purchase items that are in this shop. This is the regular Valley shop. Now, I have been playing every day. I have at least done my free spin and filled the meter one time and gotten a second spin. So I've gotten 2 spins every day for the duration of the valley so far. And these are all the tokens that I have to show for it. Now, I have been playing a little bit less than most people, but there's a reason why. So I don't like the fact that I have to use resources in order to get more sun tokens. So today, my items that I need to do for fuel spins actually don't really use any of my resources. I can plant some lettuce and it'll get me more, earn me more suns to fill up that meter. I can place a duck trap if I have one already made, and that'll earn me some suns to fill up my meter. I can also go ahead and feed any of my farm animals. And if you have rows hired, that'll actually, rows feeding your animals counts to fill up your meter. So that is really good. But there are some days, and tomorrow is one of them, where in order to get more suns on one of my tasks, I have to go and complete truck orders in order to get more suns. Now, that means in order to complete truck orders, I have to use resources. So I'm using my resources that for stuff that I've made, like my products, to go fill truck orders, to get suns, to fill that meter, to go and go to the buildings, to fulfill the requests, to get these tokens, to get these rewards. Kind of think about that for a second. In my opinion, I don't think that what they're asking us to pay for these rewards for what we're doing in the valley is worth it. I'm basically, if I go and fill a whole bunch of truck orders, I'm going to spend a lot of my resources to get these tokens, to get an axe or a dynamite that I could way more easily go and obtain by planting wheat in my crops and my fields and harvesting those. I could probably get an axe in under 10 minutes. Heck, I could probably get an axe, a dynamite, and a wood panel in under 10 minutes. They're asking too much for these items, in my opinion. It takes us too many days to earn the tokens to get these rewards. So this is where I think the valley loses me, because I do not think it's worth it. Now, not everything. Some of the things are great. We're having a hard time getting expansion permits. So I would totally consider trying to get 850 red tokens to get an expansion permit. But at this point, I've already been playing for over a week, and I only have 274 red tokens. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get 850 red tokens in order to get that expansion permit. So then I've basically, I don't want to say I've wasted my time, but I kind of have in order to do that. So I definitely think this needs to be fixed. I think that the amounts that's asking for stuff needs to be lowered. I love the idea of getting stuff. I love the idea of getting these scrolls and boosters and the decorations and things like that. And some of them aren't that terrible, what they're asking, but it doesn't seem like it's very balanced to what we're doing in the Valley. So they either need to be giving us more tokens for the requests that we're fulfilling, or lowering the cost of the rewards in the shop, or making it easier for us to get more fuel. I would totally be fine with the last thing I said, making it easier for us to get more fuel. I think, in my opinion, is the best way. If you make it a little bit easier, then I'm willing to spend a little bit more of my resources in order to fill my sun meter and get that free spin and then drive around some more. I love the idea of driving around the Valley. I want to drive around the Valley more. I understand that it's supposed to be a side thing. However, this brings me to my last complaint about the Valley. It is the only side area on our farm, and by side area, I mean the town, and then the fishing area, and now the Valley. And the Valley, if you compare it to the town and to the fishing area, is the only area on our farm where they're limiting us. And like, if I wanted to, I could go into my town and I could serve as many of townies as I wanted to. All I have to do is spend diamonds. And there are lots of people that spend diamonds. They will rush their train in to bring in more passengers and then, put them in the building and serve them, and either let them be served like the regular way, or you can rush them with diamonds. You can rush your personal train with diamonds. You could go into the fishing area, and I could fish all day long if I wanted to. If I had enough lures, I could just use diamonds to speed up my fishing spots. Even if I didn't have enough lures, I could pay diamonds to get more lures and literally fish all day long. So it's weird to me, and I'm not advocating, there are lots of free-to-play players. So I'm not saying that it should be like a cash grab and, we should, just pay diamonds to do everything. But it's weird to me, though, that we can do that basically in any other place in the farm, but not the Valley. We could even do that on our main part of our farm. If I wanted to, put in some item into my bakery, and I could keep on pressing on the diamond button and producing those all day long. I can rush boats all day long if I spend the 5 diamonds to pull them in and fill them up. I can, use diamonds to rush my truck board if I trash truck tasks and I'm out of truck tasks. So it's weird to me that this is so different than basically every other part of my farm. So I'm disappointed in the Valley, and I think a lot of you guys are disappointed in the Valley. In fact, I know a lot of you guys are disappointed in the Valley. I will post a bunch of comments from you guys here in the video. I asked several of you in my Discord server how you felt about the Valley, and I've got some great responses. So here, actually, let's not just take my word for what I think about the Valley. Let's take a look really quick at what you guys all think about the Valley. So that is what some in the community feel about the Valley. They are by no means every voice from the game. They are just a, small selection. But it does seem that I am not the only one that is not happy with the addition to the game. I don't think that all hope is lost. I have a lot of faith that if a few changes are made within this new section, that this would be one of my favorite parts of the game. The main farm part of the game will always be my favorite. I love sending trucks and rushing boats and making stuff and doing the derby, but I could absolutely see this being a favorite part of mine if a few simple changes were made. And mainly, I think that if they just change what is being asked for as far as the rewards go, to me, that changes the entire feel of the Valley, and it would make it way more fun for me to play. So, I'm sorry that this kind of turned into a rant about the new update, but it has been being talked about by a lot of us, and I thought that it was time for a discussion about it. So let me know how you guys feel. I would love to hear from more of you, and I have no idea if, anyone from the Hayday team will actually watch my video or if they'll see your comments, but they might. And so it's always a good idea, to give your honest opinion. Constructive criticism, in my opinion, is not ever really a bad thing. I know they want to know if you guys are, unhappy. So definitely leave a comment below. Let me know how you feel about the new edition. Let me know if you think that I am completely wrong and this is the most amazing thing ever. I'm totally fine with that too. You guys don't have to agree with me, that is for sure. But I would love to hear from every single one of you. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that the Valley can have some changes made to it and will make me love it as much as I love the rest of Hayday. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. Remember, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, it is free to subscribe to a channel on YouTube, but it will make me very, very happy. So hit that beautiful red subscribe button, and don't forget to tick the bell and allow to receive all notifications so that you know when I post new videos and when I go live. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Happy farming. Weeding is life. Peace.